Hey guys, it's the car man again, and I want to speak to you all about sexual transmutation, which is pretty much a great opportunity for you to expand upon your creative endeavors. All right. Oh, I'm really excited about this one, man, because I don't know if people speak about this a lot, but this is one thing that has truly changed my life. And as I was writing about this, I started thinking about other ways that I could apply it to my own life, and I'm just thinking about it right now. I'm amazed that I'm just now thinking about it. So I know this is going to help a lot, especially with the fact that I've been talking about semen retention. But I don't see a reason why women can't benefit from this as well. But anyway, let me just start by saying, if your sexual energy doesn't make it past the bedroom, or doesn't make it past your Pornhub session, or whatever, you're truly missing out on perfect opportunity to make great advancements in your life and career. So this is your willpower. Okay, your sexual energy is more than just coming together with the opposite sex, the opposite energy, or people you're attracted to. It's more than that. I've said this many times, and I'll say it many times again, is that sexual energy and creative energy can definitely be synonymous. That's the route that I would take, okay? So this is your willpower. This is how you push through obstacles, your trials and tribulations. I'd have to imagine a lot of people who are successful, who spent a lot of time working on things. They had high sex drive, and it's been noted that a lot of people who were successful, I'm not just making this up, but a lot of people who were successful had high sex drive. Okay, so I want to speak a little bit about how to activate your sexual energy. Now, guys, semen retention. You gotta keep this. You gotta keep the semen retention flow going, because after you get a nut off, it kind of brings you back down. But I like to stay up here. Now, obviously, you're gonna plateau, but I like to stay up. All right, and I'm still having sex. I'm just not ejaculating, but that's boosting my sex drive. That's boosting my creativity. It's spiking it. You know, it's also highly beneficial to have people that you're attracted to around you. So for us guys, for us heterosexual guys, it's good to have the opposite sex around. Now, hopefully, it's feminine energy. Because we want to be masculine. We want to be able to balance each other out. We want to do things that keep us masculine and keep the women feminine. Obviously, the more I believe that the more masculine you are, the more feminine women you are going to attract. A lot of domestic disputes, not necessarily violence, stems from the energies being somewhat blurred. So what a lot of people refer to as toxic masculinity is actually just too much femininity in a man. And a man, as men, we resist this thing. So it's not that being feminine is such a bad thing. It's that somewhere within us, we know what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be macho and whatever. I mean, not exactly beating our chest and things like that, but we're supposed to have this strength. And when we don't have enough masculine energy, we get confused as to what strength is. And that forces us to do a lot of just heinous things. But aside from all of that, because that's not really the topic of conversation, and I'll probably speak on that in the future. Being around people that you're attracted to, boosting your sex drive and things like that. I remember my time in the friend zone with my now baby mama. Whew. My sex drive would spike so high from being around her, and the fact that I wasn't getting laid, I would just be up here. Now, granted, a lot of those times I would take that energy and just masturbate to her, because by the time she was gone or whatever, I was leaking in my pants. You know how it is when you're so horny, you just start leaking. But when I was not necessarily, when I didn't necessarily want to go ahead with masturbating, I would take that energy and create. It'd probably be something sad, but it was beautiful. In my opinion, it was beautiful because I was able to see things in such a vivid way that I couldn't see from down here, and I got my nut off. In fact, we're probably all less likely to create after we get our nut off, because it's like we already got our reward. But if we don't feel like we got our reward, we'll constantly be on the hunt. So that's just a key of being more productive. But here's the thing that I actually just discovered. And I gotta find a way to package this up, because in my mind it was so vivid. But here we go. In a non-creepy way, obviously. Take the things that you choose to do in your everyday life. Hopefully there aren't a lot of people around, but let's say you want to do some writing, you want to do some typing, maybe even exercising, whatever you're comfortable with. Do it in a sensual way, in a way that you would treat, for example, because I'm a heterosexual man, in the way that I would treat a woman to boost my sex drive is the way that I should treat other things that I do. And I think that it would keep me, it will definitely keep me turned on, because I've tried it when I was in the house. It'll definitely keep me turned on, and it'll keep me more engaged. And I haven't tried it long enough. I think it would even boost my energy overall. Not just my sexual energy, but then again, if you have strong sexual energy, I think it would automatically boost your energy. But let me give you an example. Let's say I'm writing, because that's what I was doing as I was writing down some notes to prepare for this video and the other ones. I started rubbing against the page as if it was a woman, as if I was rubbing against the clitoris, and that turned me on. It made me want to keep going, made me want to keep pushing through something. My friends, I stumbled across something very powerful. I hope you know how powerful this is right here. When you already got your sexual energy working for you, a great way to maintain it is to do what I just said. Oh my God! Like if you're like driving, for example, you can just practice just rubbing on the steering wheel. I mean, obviously you see the way it's shaped. I mean, it's not something I would necessarily want to rub on, but if you know what I mean. But just for example, you just rub on it as you ride in a sensual way, or like I said, when I was writing, I was rubbing against the page and feeling how smooth it was. And if you're typing or something, you just kind of play around with the keys a little bit, just things like that. And do things in a sensual way, in a flow, in a flowing type way, as if it's water, just flow. And see what type of success you get out of doing that. Now, I'm not saying you do that all day, because obviously if you're playing basketball or something like that, that's not really the time. That's the time to be really aggressive. But when you're doing things that don't necessarily require you to be aggressive in that way, then pull out the sensual side of you, or if you like to sing and things like that, you add your I would say I was about to say ambiguous side, but more so androgynous, and that doesn't, if you're a heterosexual man, that doesn't make you gay. If you're not gay, you're not gay, and I don't know if Prince was gay or not, but if he wasn't, that would be a prime example. I mean, I don't know if he was bisexual or not. Now, I know he was getting women, so bisexual at most, but that would be a prime example. If you're very comfortable with who you are, it doesn't matter. It doesn't necessarily matter the lines. Now, I wouldn't put on a dress or anything like that. I wouldn't wear makeup and things like that. But I would kind of get in touch with a little bit of more of my feminine side and kind of bounce back and forth between those energies when I'm by myself. That's the point I'm trying to get at. I probably didn't do a good job at elaborating. But another way to activate this energy is that when you're in your meditation and you reflect on the things that you may want to do of the day, maybe, just take a few minutes to picture someone that you're attracted to, even in a sexual way. You picture that person, let them, so just to get you in the mood, get you in that particular mood, and then you take that and you carry it over and you focus on your day and bring that lust towards that. So, have a lust, this will allow you to have a lust for life, have a lust for your daily ventures. It will help you push through certain things. It's hard to be uncertain. It's hard to have doubt when you have a sexual feeling about you, because sexual energy is creative energy, like I said. We know this. Obviously, if you have sex, you can make a baby. You can create a baby. So this is the prerequisite of all creation, is your sexual energy. And I can stop the video right there, and I will. But my homework for you is to take something that you already want to do. You may have a little trouble, something that you probably do more times than not throughout the week, whether if it's writing, singing, dancing, whatever, and make it more sexual, make it more sensual, and see how that affects you. All right, take care.